It is on Japanese translation as a career option. It is presented by Ms. Yoko Deshmukh. She is JTF certified freelance translator. Before I could invite to Yoko-san, I would like to briefly tell about her. Yoko-san is a JTF certified freelance translator, Japanese citizen, married to Indian and living in Pune, India since 2003. She has over 18 years of experience in IT, marketing, finance, contract, and current affairs news fields. In 2021, she also received certificates from Fellow Academy Tokyo for the medical field, clinical studies. Her dream is to work and associate with people from across the globe and contribute to Japan's globalization. I would request to Yoko Deshmukh, please come over stage and take it from here.
Shy voice. はじめまして。Nice to meet you. Very much pleasure meeting you today. So I always hear about you that you're very much doing good in managing many talks. And like I also saw many of the program which you host. You are doing very amazing. And really, I'm very proud and honored to be here. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much for your appreciation, and I would definitely like to have you on Fireside Chat sometime later. Please join me over there also.
We will meet in Pune. We will meet in Pune definitely. Thank you. Very much pleasure. Thank you so much. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you so much for inviting me today. and in fact, since day one from Friday, I was watching this program. Very interesting. Konnichiwa Pune. And I'm very much proud and very much pleasure to be present here. And today,
thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So today I want to talk specifically there are many things to talk from Japan and India. We know very well. I was very much touched by Dr. Mizokami's talk today. And so many things we can learn, and we can learn very much from each other's country. But for today, I have 1 hour. I have 1 hour to talk about. I have 1 hour to talk. By mistake, so to talk about only translation. So translation is like many people might not be feeling like to so attractive career. I know that very much in India, particularly in India, because you speak so many language. So many people feel like it's not so glamorous career. I know that, but if you decided to become a professional, it's a very interesting career. You can find like you can choose from many fields, from publishing to so I think I will share the slide. My slide. Sorry.
Yoko-san, I just want audience to know that we'll be having some time for question and answer session. So okay, please ask the questions on YouTube. So it will be very interesting for them.
A break also, you can take chai break. Like I'm talking. Thank you. So you can ask question. In fact, I wrote on the YouTube just before this session that I will be seeing the questions online. So like those who couldn't ask the questions on time, you can feel free to ask on the YouTube. I'm opening this. So I'm opening here on the iPad. So I'm seeing your questions here also, but maybe it's better to ask in the end, right? So that's how. すいません、ありがとうございます。Thank you. So I will then share the slide. So I will share the slide. So I just want to ask, like, are you able to hear me properly? Like no sound problem. 大丈夫ですか? So sorry, すいません、ちょっと途中で。So today, so I will talk about translation as a career. And this is Ganesha. Everybody knows Ganesha, but this is in Fukuoka. Fukuoka is my mother's town. My mother is in Fukuoka, and whenever I come back to Japan, I stay in Fukuoka. And this is my this small cute pretty girl is my friend's daughter. She's so much impressed by this Ganesha. Why he has this elephant face, but he's like this thing, like stomach he has. Like, she was very curious. They made in India. They carved from one single stone. I think people in this what was it? Place name I forgot. In the Uttar Pradesh, some place they have place to carve. I saw that their paper that they are putting paper on the wall that how it is made and where it is made, and they carried it to Japan by ship because it has 1.5 ton of stone. 1.5 ton means you cannot put on the airplane, so I think you have to carry by ship. So then it arrived here in Fukuoka, which is almost 10,000 kilometers away from Pune. And so Ganesha is here. So unfortunately, it's not made in Pune, but it's made in India, Ganesha. So so because it is the beginning to you meet you, so I thought of I needed Ganesha's blessing. So also I want to ask, like, are you able to see all the characters properly? Any problem? Do you have any problem? No problem, right? You can see all the characters on the screen.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, we are able to see that.
ありがとう、シャイパリさん、thank you, thank you. So why I became a translator? So first I will just quickly tell you that why I became a translator is because I really love translation. That's all. That is very much in the beginning. I really like the translation. So even if somebody give me 10 billion yen, 10 billion yen is 10 billion yen is approximately how much it is. Maybe you can say like lakhs of crores of rupee, lakhs of crores of rupee. Somebody give like, or maybe I won the lottery or something. But still, I will continue doing the translation because I really love the translation. So that is one thing. So like why I wanted to become a translator because I'm now also, but since I'm a childhood, I have very less confident person. And so I myself cannot speak a lot of things, but I can connect to people what they say. So like what you want to say, like by connecting people, maybe I can have opportunity to meet many people. So I wanted to, basically I wanted to come out of Japan because Japan is a small country. I feel small country, small people, small community. So I wanted to come out of Japan and I was seeking the career opportunity. But in the beginning, I couldn't find how to, but I wanted to come out of Japan. So then I came to India for like when I was a university student, I came to India as a tourist. And then I realized that in India, many languages are spoken, so which means languages can become a bridge, right? Languages will not divide the people, but languages can bridge the people, I thought. So I was thinking, oh, maybe language is very interesting career opportunity. Then my husband found like, maybe you should become a translator. That was because when we married in Japan. So then in Japan, when you are marrying, we have to like import the affidavit. I don't know now also it is necessary, but at that time back in 2002, we needed to import affidavit from India, all the way from India. And then that affidavit we need to translate in Japanese, whatever it is written. And then so I have to translate this on the paper. And in that time, my husband saw me enjoying very much, and so he suggested. So okay, so then how to become a translator? I didn't know. And that time there was not much information also back in 2002. So I started this Ask CD. So this is a blog Ask CD. I am uploading every day. I will show you afterward. I will show you on the Chrome, Google Chrome. But this blog I am uploading every day so that I can translate. Like, so because that time Times of India or such newspaper, it's not online newspaper. So you have to and like whichever like your favorite news you have to cut and then translate. Sorry, 間違えた. So you have to cut and translate. So I was doing that every day translating news from India into Japanese. And so I was studying by myself and without fail, every day without fail. Then, then around 1.5 years passed since I started uploading. One of my friends, at that time we were not friends, but she found me on internet because of Ask City. And you seems to be living in India, and also you seems to be close to Pune. So I'm in Pune. So then why don't you join our company? We are hiring Japanese, native Japanese in a software company. That was a software company in Pune. Very big, quite big, not so big that time, but it became big later on. So then I started working for them. So just 1.5 years since I started studying, I was fortunate. I got the opportunity to work as a translator. But that time I was in-house translator. So that was my beginning of my career as a translator. So it was very good opportunity. It was really precious opportunity I got during my tenure in the period working as a in-house translator. So I first, but before, like I want to suggest you becoming an in-house translator first, but that I will talk about it later. I will first talk about, so like those who are watching this, definitely you must be interested in becoming a translator. Of course, like if you don't want to become a translator, also okay, but maybe I can explain you how the translators work and what is good part, what is bad part. Like. And so these pros and cons I just listed up. And so these things, if you feel pros or cons, I don't know. Like even on my father's funeral time, I worked because I had a deadline and I couldn't miss it. So because by that time it was too late to tell to the customer that I'm not available. So I had to work on my father's funeral. But that moment, really, it becomes strength now that yes, on my father's funeral night, even I was working as a translator, which means I'm very much determined. I feel like my father is pushing my back. So these are pros, so you can work from anywhere, anytime. So like a holiday destination, you don't need to tell your customer that you are on leave. You can carry your work with you. Of course, you can control your work, but you can tell. And then you can work in a train, you can work in an airplane, you can work in a bus. And I don't suggest, but in Indian bus, it's very much shaky. I don't recommend you doing that. But yes, so you can work in a transportations or while waiting for somebody to come for your appointment or while you visit to your customer or whoever. And also the rate you can decide any rate. Like a rate means I usually charge per word rate, so you can decide according to your comfortable price. So that means you have control over your income. So you have control over your income. And then, so similarly you can. So I'm talking about this as a freelancer, my current working style is a freelancer. So you can contract with many number of customers all over the world. I currently I have customers from Japan, India, and UK, US, Singapore, China, and Hong Kong. Hong Kong is now part of China, but Hong Kong and Taiwan. And then now recently I've added with Estonia and then some European countries. All over the world, people need Japanese language. So I have job. Endless job. So you can work for many customers. So which means pandemic resistant, because you don't need to come out of home. You just stay at home and you can work anywhere. You can work anywhere, as I said. So you don't need to get impact or pandemic. So pandemic resistant. And you can work as long as you can. Which means I may work until I am 80, 90, maybe by that time. I don't know what will be the world, how the world would be, but like definitely I will work as long as I can. And so that's also very good part. You don't need to stick to retirement age. And so, and then translation is like equal to everyone. Equal means you don't need, in fact, of course, you have a university degree or master's degree, doctor's degree. Yeah, of course, that will be very much a good point, being a knowledgeable about that field. That is definitely no waste. That is a point, good point. But basically, translation is different skill than being a good researcher, being a good student. Translation is very different skill. So which means that you have to be good at translation. So you need to be good at translation, which means equal. Which is like, I think maybe similar to software industry or such like a new industry. Maybe you can say that. So, and then this cons, so I'm going to talk about negative part. It is like, I often do this. In fact, the point one, I often do this. Like, if you don't manage time properly, you will see the film. You cannot sleep in the night, or you have to do overnight. But that is bad. That is bad. Overnight work is very bad because you cannot guarantee the good quality. So you have to be on time with very much you not only you translate, but you have to make sure your translation is accurate, translation is readable, translation is useful to the end user. So you have to make sure. So you need to properly manage your time. And then also this potential client, I also suffer this point too. Japanese company, not Indian company. None of Indian company did this. Japanese company, unfortunately, did this to me. Just immediately after I lost my father. That time I was too nervous, but I got a new business from new company, but I didn't sign the contract before starting the job. Then what happened after I deliver my translation, then that company disappeared. I called them, I sent email, I even sent that some simple court trial we can perform here. We can enforce sort of order, taking very much simple procedure. I think that registered mail, first we can do the registered mail and then do the inquiry, but they disappear. No, nothing, so no communication from them. It was around 100,000 yen valued job, means I think around 60,000 rupee value job. I didn't get paid. It took me time because it was my beginning of my career. It took me one month of my time to do the translation. All that effort is gone. So that was sad. But so you have to take care. So number two, any bad people are there in this world. Many good people are there, but many bad people also there. So you need to be very careful. So, and the third point is everything is your responsibility. Nobody will give you anything. You have to go and take it. You have to go and take it. Like from the assuring your quality, building your skill, and investing in yourself, tools and machines, with PC or tablet, because translation need, I think like translation need multiple monitors, because like you show the original document and in translation, and then sometimes 3 monitors is recommended, like so then others for the research, like so you need to invest in everything from your pocket. That means you have to calculate your fee according to your investment. So and from the marketing, from the billing to the in your provisioning of your retirement. So because yes, however you say, like I say, I want to work till 80, but when I become 80, I won't be able to work like now, like day and night. I will be maybe working only for 2 hours or 1 hour or something, right? So your retirement also you have to prepare by yourself. And then also translation is mentally draining job, really mentally draining. I really suffer time to time that very much lonely and alone, sometimes isolated. I feel like nobody, everybody forgot me or something. So you need to have sort of a proper way to discuss your mental stress. So that I will talk about it later, like how I'm doing, and I will talk about it later. So good and bad part becoming a translator. So that's why I suggest you to be a first in-house translator, not to be directly freelancer in the beginning of your career. Because I learned a lot from that software company which I joined back in 2004. And that company was a software company. So every day they have new things to do, new technologies, new people, and then new aspects of the industry. And then also I was doing this CEO's interpretation for CEO. So that means the CEO meet Japanese customers for the potential project or potential business. So that means I need to study many things, right? Being a freelancer, such opportunities are very less, very less. Like every day you have to go and gain the knowledge. It's your responsibility. But being an in-house translator, you can have opportunity in the company. But of course, you yourself have to move to people. Like so, I want to do more job, not to like wait and do whatever given job. You have to be proactive because your goal is to become a freelancer. Why I will tell you later that being a freelancer is better is because you can control your time and income. So becoming an in-house translator, so you have opportunity, and then you know, even if you fail, sometimes you fail in a job, right? Being a in-house translator, people will point out, oh Yoko, you are mistaking this part, or, oh Yoko, you are not getting this part, right? Ah, okay, sorry, it's I will take next time. So this will never happen for freelancer. So if I do some mistake, then customer will go because there are so many other translators. So why I have to ask her? So this in-house translator, you have opportunity for learning. You have opportunity for learning, and also you build a relation with your people. So that they will become your customer in the future. They can become your customer in the future. So you build a good relation with your colleague. And also the fourth point is, so you get money, company money, no, not your money, but so you can invest in many dictionaries, tools. Tools means not machine translation or something I'm talking about. Tool is like an industry specific tool, which is very much now spread in the industry. Like we use that tool to make the translation quality consistent. So such tool is a little bit expensive to buy as an individual, but your company will buy it. So you can try some tool and get used to before becoming a freelancer. And then I just, because I talk about in-house translator, so I am talking about the salary standard. So in India, my salary was being an in-house translator. My last salary in 2012 was 60,000 rupee per month. My company was paying me 60,000 rupee per month. And at that time, people were saying it's very good salary. But I was knowing it was not never good salary, but people were saying like I'm getting paid very well. But recently, so I heard like from my friends, ex-colleague, and then also almost every day I get inquiry from LinkedIn. that will you join us as a translator? Will you join us as a Japanese language expert or something? And every time I ask them, what is your pay? Of course, I ask them. I ask after asking, oh, okay, sorry, I'm not available. So from that information, I come to know around 30,000 to 100,000 per month they are ready to pay. 30,000 is no question, of course. but for 30,000 from beginning from 30,000 to 100,000 around this range in India, which means around 3.6 lakh to 12 lakh per year. It's very good, quite good, right? 3.6 is, of course, it's not good, but 12 lakh is good enough, fair enough in India. But in Japan, it's of course much better, but not excellent. Like again, in Japan also things are same. Like a translator means, you know English, then you can become a translator. You know Hindi, you can become a translator. Or you know Marathi, you can become a translator. Such kind of mentalities are there. So in Japan also translators are not highly paid people like such. But if you properly find out the opportunity, then it looks like you can earn 3 million to 6 million yen. 3 million to 6 million is around 20 lakh to 40 lakh in the current rate, 2021, around. So it's fair enough, but again, this is salary in Japan. So if you live in Japan, it's not so good. Like you may have to pay the bill. It's very expensive living in Japan. So so then becoming a freelancer. So okay, so you worked for a company for some like a so long time, like some certain years, number of years in Japan. Then after that, okay, so let's become a freelancer. Then what will be the opportunity, possibility? Is like first is most of the people register themselves for translation agency. Called translation agency. In India also there are many translation agencies, and you can negotiate your fee. So, but in translation agency, usually every translation agency has a test, and you need to pass a test every time you register yourself. So you need to be very skilled. You need to be very skilled and tough. Even if you fail, you should not. You should just go working. So this is most popular. So first one is most popular way to become a translator. And the second most popular is the source companies like Microsoft, Google, Apple, or like such big company to small company like who need your language skill. So source companies. So like mostly bigger companies, again, they have tests. So you need to pass the test to become a certified translator. So like Microsoft certified translator, Apple certified translator, you need to pass the test. But again, like if smaller companies, then word of mouth, if your translation is good, then people keep on introducing you to people to people. And really it is very much thankful, grateful that the people keep introducing to you. Keep introducing you to many different people. So, but for that you need to be very much disciplined, and you need to be very honest and reliable person and consistent person. The third is individuals, like for example, some people suddenly need to go to Japan for some job and they need some document translated. So can you please do the translation? So such time also never do it free. Never do it free if you are working as a professional translator, because people tend to ask, okay, can you please do it quickly? Just with 2-3 lines, and you can do it free. If you start doing that, how you will earn the income? So this is many times it's controversy. Many times it can lead to the family fight also. Like, oh, you cannot even translate my father's document. Are you charging me? I am your father. Such kind of things should not happen. So you have to be very professional and you have to charge. But like such individuals, publishers, you can bring your book which like your favorite book written in foreign language, but you want to translate in Japanese because it's not yet translated, then you bring it to the publisher. So that means you are doing the marketing for that book. You want to spread that book to Japan. Then publisher and then like author, that original author will start discussing. Sometimes author don't want to translate that book to be translated. So in such a case, you cannot translate that book. That translation is copyright, that's very important point. So translation is copyright, it depends on the copyright. So like if author is not permitting, you should not translate. You cannot just translate and publish. You need to seek the permission from the author. So you need a publisher in between. Usually you need a publisher. If you have your author's friend and that author is personally asking you, maybe it may be different story, but I don't know, like how that author may be paying you the translation fee, and that and I don't know, like a stamp duty or such kind of things, because translated book stamp duty should be belong to the translator also, right? So you need to have a lot of negotiation. I'm sorry, I'm not so much into the publishing field, but so like publishing is also one of big field, like because the Japanese people read really many books. Japanese people still really need read books. So like a publishing field also very much good big field. And gaming nowadays really booming this gaming. You know very well, like Japanese people love gaming. So gaming translation is very much good promising field. And then other is a cloud platform. Like nowadays, there are many different types of cloud platform for translation also. So team of translators work simultaneously on some product release. So together we work on cloud platform, and we decide the rate and or sometimes volunteer effort for promoting your work. Sometimes you do the volunteer. But that is very limited time, and usually very busy translators won't do that. Usually this is entry-level translator to this cloud platform. And also fourth very important point is like being a freelancer, you need to be reliable because you are individual. You don't have any company name. You don't have anybody. That means your face is your brand. So you need to be reliable. So very much you should never brag of, oh, I am Microsoft translator. You cannot do that. The moment you do that, then you will be cut from the industry. So you need to be very much having very big, strict sense of confidentiality. So becoming up, your face become a brand. So then, so becoming a freelancer, so I'm going to talk about the rate. So unfortunately, this is a very much recent trend that the powered rate is declining year by year. It's in the international trend. So like previously, like a translation fee was a little bit more, I think more on the higher side, but then nowadays it's coming to this declining curve. But from India, it is increasing, I feel. Customer is ready to pay more. 50 paisa per word, 50 paisa. So it was possible. I think now also some companies say this. I think I never meet such company. Fortunately, until now, I never see such a company. But some company tell you to do the translation by 50 paisa. You should not take it. You shouldn't take it. But nowadays, real Indian company also ready to pay 10 rupee per word or above, 10 rupee per word or above. And then so 10 rupee per word or above, so maybe you say, 10 rupee per word, what does it mean? So for example, one A4 size document usually contain 800 words, usually in a normal font size and normal what is it? Margin, normal margin, normal font size, normal means 11 point font size, 800, right? So 800 multiplied by 10 rupee means 8,000 rupee per page, right? そうですね。800 multiplied by 10. So that means one page 8,000 rupee. And one page 800, sorry, 8,000 rupee. 800 was, so usually the skilled translator means standard translator. So 800 words you will translate in 3 to 4 hours, like 3 to 4 hours, including all self-review also. That means 3 to 4 hours you will have opportunity to earn 8,000 rupees. If you are skilled and very good translator, means very much used to. So yeah, that means really you can decide your income standard by yourself. And I don't say you will become billionaire or crorepati or something, becoming a translator. You will not, I'm sorry, but you will not become billionaire. But you will become, if you are good and if you pursue this career properly, you will become happy enough in your own income. You will become happy enough, you can buy anything you like to buy. You can spend any way means not like a car or house, but like when you want to go to expensive restaurant, you can go. If you want dress, then you can buy. And I can tell you, like I am sending money to Japan, my mother in Japan, that from my income. Can you believe that I'm working in India, but I am sending money to my mother in Japan for her helping her life. So translation, you can become happy enough if you are like decent and reliable and put effort, step by step effort. You can become happy enough. So I was a little bit worried about time. And then how to become a translator? So there are many institutions, different institutions, like Fellow Academy. Shaifari-san introduced to me that I got a certificate from Fellow Academy. So Fellow Academy is one of the most established translation institution in Japan. So they provide many different field of translation courses, and you can, some of them you can take online. And then due to Corona pandemic last year, I got many opportunity to take my choice of courses online. Everything was online. So I took that chance. So I took 2-3 courses from Fellow Academy and I got certificate. And then there are JTF. JTF is Japan Translation Federation. So they have a certificate called Honyaku Kente. Honyaku Kente is a kind of examination which you can take the examination to know the skill, your skill level. So and then so that you can know that, okay, so my translation is this level. Sometimes customer also feel, okay, so this person have tried Honyaku Kente, so that means she or he is very serious about this career. So that kind of certificate. And then JAT also, that federation, like that association of translators in Japan. So this JTF and JTF and JAT, two different bodies. JTF has a certificate. JAT is like more like a group of translators, and they jointly host many study opportunities for aspiring translators. So you registration fee also much lesser than JTF, but yeah, comparatively lesser than JTF. So you can register and then you can become a member. This is a Japan Fellow Academy. Fellow Academy is a study institution. JTF is a certificate federation. You can become member for JTF, JAT, both. You can become member. Fellow Academies Institute. And then third one, this ATA is American Translators Association. So this also have exam, that their own examination. But my customers always say like he trusts more JTF than ATA about Japanese translator. 80 is good for European language. Maybe if you are learning European language and you want to get customers from the US, then 80 may be better. But if you are learning Japanese language and wanting to become a Japanese translator, then JTF certificate will work better. And then number 4, Australia, NATI. So this, I don't know much. I'm sorry, I don't know much, but this also looks like established certificate, like if you have very good point, this certificate. And in New Zealand, there's a Auckland University, like the University of Auckland has a translators course, specific translators course, and same like Institute of Translation and Interpreting in the United Kingdom. They have a specific translators course. And also the forum of translators, like as I told, like it's mentally draining work. Sometimes really you feel lonely and isolated and depressed. So such time we can connect to other translators. How are you doing? What's up and such. And then so such community of people like pros.com. This is international, so like many different language here you can register. And America, this is Japan. So if you are a Japanese translator, but both I think pros is around 120 US dollar per year. America is a little expensive. It is around 200 US dollar per year. But America, you will get magazine every month, industry magazine. So what's going on in the industry, latest information. I am a big member of both pros and America, but I feel America is much useful than pros. And then about, so message for us, so this is interesting part. So message for Japanese translators, Indian Japanese translators. I really envy you because you know Hindi, Marathi, Bengali, Tamil, Telugu, many other languages, right? Not only English. English is there, but I know only English and Japanese. Toda Marathi. But only English and Japanese I can do. But you know Hindi, Marathi, and many different languages, right? And so you can work for preserving your own culture, being a translator, culture, language. You know, I often hear that in India, many regional languages are disappearing. That's very sad. That's very sad. Don't let it happen. Don't let it happen. Becoming a translator, you can preserve. For example, this Bahubali. I'm going to talk about Bahubali. You know Bahubali movie. Bahubali. Do you know Bahubali? Okay. Sorry. I just saw the question, but I will answer later. So Bahubali is Telugu movie in 2016. So that became very much hit in Japan, super hit in Japan. So I'm going to talk about it a little bit in the remaining time. So this Bahubali, so I will just change the screen. Sorry. So I'm really so this one. Sorry. So this is my website, by the way. My website everyday uploading. So this is yesterday's upload, and then this is day before I introduced Konnichiwa Pune, and then so this is so every day I upload Ask City. So if you like, please check after and let me know how you feel. So Bahubali craze, I'm going to show you the Raja Mauri visit to Japan. It's very much interesting, iconic. You will see like let's watch.
మాతో షేర్ చేసుకోండి. అండ్ ఇంకో విషయం,
So people in Hyderabad, people in Andhra Pradesh, people in Telangana became very happy. Why? Because of Bahubali. Many Japanese people are so much crazy about Telugu movie, Telugu contents, means Telugu books, Telugu newspaper, Telugu movies, and Telugu study. Like, Telugu textbook also came up, newly came up, Japanese Telugu textbook. So much, entertainment, like music, movies, whatever, poem, good literacy, really cross the borders very easily, just like a bird. So this I wanted to say this. Really amazing. I was so touched, so impressed, overwhelmed. And then at that time, I helped this media from Kolkata. So Katappa-san killed Bahubali-san. So this Devarshi Ghosh approached me to help me hearing people's voice from Japan, like why they are so crazy about Bahubali. So this cosplay. Do you know what it is? From Bahubali, this, what was this? Barara Deva? Barara Deva, evil, right? Viram, and this is mother of Bahubali, I think. So cosplay. And then so like how people, and then this cartoon somebody made, look, so cute. She became my friend thanks to Devarshi Ghosh, like because I interacted with her, so she became my friend, very good friend. So cute cartoon she wrote. And then also this how so like maybe we no Rajamahal, nobody. Just they are so happy to see Bahubali on the screen, so they came with cosplay. So if you like, and this is Nippen no Miko-chan. If you know anybody, Nippen no Miko-chan is a kind of very much long-running cartoon on the magazine cover, back cover. So Nippen no Miko-chan is a kind of legendary cartoon. Nippen no Miko-chan even loved Bahubali. So that time it was momentum in Japan back in 2018. Bahubali came to Japan in 2018. In India, it showed 2016 for the first time. Right? 2018 was Bahubali year in Japan. Really, it was Bahubali year in Japan. Cartoon also. This also, she also became my friend. She also drew very beautiful cartoon. So many. Look, she would do. She would do it. So this, if you are interested, I listed all this reference on the back of the presentation. And then, so this is about Telugu, but of course I found about Marathi movie also. You know Mangesh Joshi, director Mangesh Joshi, screenwriter. So his interview, maybe let's watch. Tokyo International Film Festival, he came and presented. Marathi movies are also gaining popularity in Japan, Marathi movie. So definitely Marathi contents are also very much wanted to be translated in Japanese.
皆さんこんばんは。こんばんはというのは日本時間ですけれども、ひょっとすると。
This was very big sorry, by mistake. So this is very big interview, and like he will just speak about so the introduction of. But so this is introduction of Tokyo International Film Festival, and he wants to introduce this Mangesh Joshi movie. This original title was this. In Japanese, it is translated "Ihai to no Tabi." ihai means remains, people's remain, right? So after cremating, so you will have ashes of your person, right? So that ihai to no tabi in Japanese it is translated, but this is the original title is this Karukani Sanchi. So this became I think this was nominated for the Tokyo International Film Festival. And other Marathi movie was Court, the Court in English, the Court. I don't know the title in Marathi, the Court Marathi movie. That became very much big hit in Japan, I think in 2017, around 2017. So such a detail. This blog is run by a very popular person in Japan about Indian movies. She's a legendary, again, she's a legendary person in the Indian culture and in media. So I learn a lot from her blog. So because of her blog, I come to know like Marathi movies are popular. Very much I suggest this. Even like Indian media also picking up this Marathi film Kalkani Sanchi Wari, only Indian entry at Tokyo International Film Festival. So means only Indian film entered to Tokyo International Film Festival. That was Marathi movie. So it's very interesting that you like if you know Marathi, still you have I have a friend who translate Japanese novel into Marathi. So many Japanese novels into Marathi only for his, I think, hobby, not for his money. He has passion in it, and he does it like just like I do ask Sylvia every day. He also does this for his passion. So anything you can find as a passion in a translation, and like many opportunities, which is really there is no limit to the opportunity. And I will just go back to the presentation once again. So I'm just we have only 3 minutes. So so this presentation. Maybe so you are thinking about what about now Google Translation DeepL like translation tool, machine translation is coming in what is our future. So of course yes, this machine translation does very good, does very good, but not perfect. So what does it mean not perfect? It means like almost equal meaning like when you are eating some sushi. And then this sushi is almost perfect. Will you eat? Will you eat? Almost perfect sushi. Will you eat? You want to eat perfect sushi. That's why you go to sushi restaurant. You will not go to any street and just find your fish and do it by yourself, right? You want perfect. And then if you make mistake in the translation, then that translation is no useful at all. So currently, machine translation, unfortunately, this kind of AI or such tools are not reaching to that level which human can do. A human can do, what does it mean by it's like this Bahubali? Why people are so overwhelmed? Is it because people understand Telugu? No, right? It's not. People read it in Japanese, and that Japanese translation is so much according to the original, and also so much according to our culture, also, Japanese culture. The translator also very great translator. This in fact, this Bahubali translator is a Japanese lady. I heard that the person who was responsible for the Japanese translation for Bahubali. So because it is touching people's heart to heart. So translation is not like replacing because AI understand from the context. Okay, so this cut and paste. Translation is never like such a job. Translation is your mind job. You have to take that content and you have to understand. You have to digest and you have to take it out. That means it is a cultural cultural transitioning job. Like it's like for example, in India, many times I see the advertisement or in India, it is like for example, toothpaste advertisement. The toothpaste advertisement, suddenly you start dancing like what is that? Ranbir Singh or somebody while brushing your teeth and like suddenly in the lined up and start dancing and so such advertisement works only in India because you have this kind of Bollywood actors. We cannot bring that same advertisement to Japan. That for the same, even if it is the same toothpaste, but you have to have a different approach to Japanese market. So it is about the culture, understanding of culture from each other's country, each other's language culture. So I don't think AI is reaching to that level anytime soon. Definitely, we people are required. I don't know after 10 years, after 20 years, but after 10 years, 20 years, also, I can say if you are always keeping yourself alerted, always you are interested or have your own interest, widening your interest, you can catch your time accordingly. You don't need to worry much about that. You will change according to time. So, I can say translation is a very good and promising career. Very much it is worth pursuing career. So that is all. すいません。2 minutes just close. すいません。So if you have any question, if you have any question, welcome. Sarah san is watching. ありがとうございます。I'm watching the YouTube. YouTube. Okay. The word here, word in the source. Oh, yes. So word means, so Soham-san's question. So word means is source. In fact, previously, just 5-6 years ago, word means for many translation companies, it was the done word, means which is finished word, it was. But its calculation isn't it too complicated? Some people can ill-mindedly okay, I will keep increasing the words. So that happens. So yes, usually it is source word basis. For this. And E2J, J2E different. Sorry, Miss Shaifari-san, do you have anything to say? Sorry. Shaifari-san, do you have anything to say? I'm sorry, I just went to.
Yeah, we were having some question on YouTube.
Oh, yes. I was reading, sorry. Yes, I was.
Yeah.
Was asking question. So first question I answer from Soham-san, it is a source word. Another is rate difference, right? E2J to J2E, right? Rate difference. So E2J is per word, usually per word. But J2E is per character, usually per character. So a little bit rate differs, and you can see that from this slide. This slide I am giving a link. You can see in Japan. This is about Japan. From this link you can see. But be aware, in this link they are listing not only the translator's rate, but translation company's rate also they are listing. You have to check translator's rate, average rate. But this is, you can consider this is average rate.
First of all, thank you very much, Yoko-san. It was really enlightening. It's a very nice presentation. People who have seen this, they might have understood how the whole career and what will be the future of this translation career. I have a couple of questions. One of my first question is, as a freelancer, yes, I can understand, I can work till I want, basically. But if I want to see the career prospects or the growth path in an in-house as an in-house translator, so what will be a growth path? First, I will be a junior translator, senior translator. How it will move within an organization?
I think it depends on the person's preference. For example, some people may want to become first join as an entry-level translator and then translate standard kind of translator and the senior translator, then translation manager, then the translation division head or something. Like if you prefer such kind of career path, then I don't know how many companies have such kind of system, but what I know is like, for example, big company like Google, Accenture, and then such big tech company or such multinational companies have their translation department, which is very big. Not only Japanese translators, but also Portuguese, Spanish, German, French, many different translation they are handling. So such kind of career path is also there. Then in such a case, you will get good payment. I don't know about India. In fact, in India, I had really opportunities bit not good, like I hear many times from my friends, but in the internationally, I many times I get such inquiry like, will you want to join us as an in-house translator in Malaysia, in Singapore, or like so in all over the world, such translation centers are there. So like you can pursue such career also. That will be also good, I think, instead of becoming a translator.
Okay.
I hope it answers your question. I'm sorry, Mrs.
Yes, it in fact. So and I have one more question. We are anyway running short of time, but it's you already said that deep learning, AI, and all that are taking up or at least eating some part of translators' jobs. And I believe that. So, do you think it's an efficient idea that, or as a cost-cutting measure from the company point of view, if I see, we first do one round of machine translation, and then send the document to a manual translator who can verify, because context is something which is missing. And AI is definitely developing, but we still need a lot of contextual things to put in. So do you see that many companies are doing it this way, that they're doing first round machine translated and sending it this for the final verification, and this is going to be the future?
I think because Abhishek-san is that in the IP industry, right? Like IP intellectual property, very much. It is very much like you must be related yourself. So yes. Nowadays in the translation industry, there's one task called PE. PE is a post-edit, abbreviation of post-edit. Post-edit is as it is the Google or such machine translated output. You have to edit it. So that means you have to match with the original sentence and compare with the machine output and edit it and put in the translation memory. Translation memory is the place where translated sentences are saved as asset, like Japanese English sentence, Japanese sentence matched, like a sentence matched, and then this is saved as in the memory, translation memory. So it becomes that company's asset, because usually in your company, your terms and things are fixed, right? Like terminologies are there, glossaries there, and so patterns are there. So yes, post-edit is also one thing, one career. But I don't prefer being a post-editor in the beginning of your career. Becoming a post-editor and becoming a translator is very different thing. Becoming a post-editor is just to drain your skill. You will not be able to do your translation without such machine. But of course, for company's point of view, for Abhishek-san's point of view, if you have some documentation and you want to translate, not in the beginning quickly, but yes, you want to accelerate in a period of time, maybe you can hire a post-editor, not a translator, post-editor in your company. So can you please compare this machine translated sentence? And so yes, there is post-editor's career also, not translator, post-editor. That the people who do the post-edit as a specialty. So you hire post-editor and you get a tool that which will accumulate asset, translation asset. In the future, your job will be much easier. So that is also possible. Yes.
Good. Thank you very much. I think it was really nice listening and knowing more about how to go about translation and how to make translation as a career.
Yeah, there's not only
So-
one way. Many parts are
Many
there.
parts. Yes, absolutely. So thank you. Over to Chef Ali-san.
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。Thank you, Chef Ali-san.
So much, Yoko-san, for this wonderful presentation, informative for aspiring translators and interpreters. And you also described what are the streams where they can move ahead in their career, because right now I can say that most of the translators or interpreters, they know only that particular company they can work in. And but here you have described, no, these are the companies or the stages where you can work as a translator and interpreter. And what career will look like after having a good command of English or Japanese language. What benefit will be there in this career path. So it was really a wonderful presentation. People will definitely get lot of it's really very wonderful to have this presentation. They will get a right path, right guidance with this presentation, I'm sure.
It was very much not good, like not very much professional, but thank you, like really thank you for this opportunity. And whoever want to connect with me, I am not very much great translator. Such I am also everyday failing and successing, failure is more actually. But I'm everyday learning. So if you want to connect to them, anytime welcome. Anytime welcome. So I have account on Twitter also. I have account on LinkedIn also. So anytime please contact me.
Sure, I'm sure a lot of people will get in contact with you and definitely get the benefit of from you to know more about interpretation and translation. Thank you very much, Yogo-san, for being here with us.
Sorry, time is little exceeded.
Thank you for joining us at Konnichiwa Pune 2021. Hope to see you soon.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste.
Bye.